Okay, there's been quite a lot of interest about this, so I'm going to explain how I do it. I've taken the 6 strands of floss I'm using up through the fabric, and then I'm just leaving that where it is. And I'm using a second thread. I'm using 1 strand, and I'm bringing it up on one side of the 6 strands as close as I can, and then down on the other, to just basically wrap the strand, but also going through the fabric so it anchors it to the fabric. They look a bit like elongated Brion knots, and it's a whitework technique which is called trailing, because the thicker thread trails across the fabric and is secured by the smaller thread. You're going to want to make the stitches really quite close together, because you want to cover the entirety of that thick thread. You don't want to leave bits visible. So coming to the end here, you can see I move the thread out the way as I do the stitches. It just makes it easier that I don't go through the thick thread, because you don't want to pierce it. You want to wrap the thread rather than go through it, so it creates that 3D effect on the fabric. And then as I get to the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rethread the needle with the thick thread, and I'm going to pass it down through the fabric as close to the end of the stitching as I can, so the stitching goes all the way to the end of the thread. And that is basically it, and it's going to leave me with a nice line of stitching. It's not an official way of doing it, it's just the way I've done it for this hoop, so I hope that helps explain it.